Well, look what we have here today. This is exciting. This is a Tonka Mighty dump truck. I think just about everybody had one of these when they were a kid. Found this at a local antique shop. I was really excited. Actually, my wife found it and brought me to it all excited because she knew I was looking for one. This is a 1977 model. I can tell by the decal here. Actually, it's a vinyl sticker, I think, not a decal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart and we're going to strip it, clean it up, repaint it, and I'll probably have to make a new decal here. It's in pretty good shape, a lot of rust, normal wear from just being used. Unfortunately, the glass is very yellowed and is broken. I'll have to look. I haven't been able to find a replacement, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. Just have to wait and see. But the rest of it's in really good shape. Definitely been played with. I like toys that have been played with. After I fix this up, it'll get played with again. That's how I do it. Toys are for playing. They're not for looking. But anyway, let's get started taking this thing apart. Here we have all the parts. I'm actually having trouble laying it out on my workbench. It's so large. Not a whole lot of parts. It's pretty easy to get apart. This is going to be the big issue here. This is in terrible shape. I'm looking for a replacement, but I'm not having any luck. I found one place that sells it, but they're apparently not shipping out until September, and it is July right now, so I don't want to wait that long. So we'll just have to see about that. But the rest of it's in really good shape. I think the next thing that we'll do is we'll strip off this paint and see what's underneath. Well, this was much harder than I expected. We've got the culmination of about 3 hours of work. This paint did not want to come off, at least with my normal alien snot paint stripper. Kind of let me down. And I still have quite a bit more to do. So I went ahead and upped my game, and I got some of this aircraft paint remover. I've heard really good things about this. So we're going to try it and see if it works any better. I hope so. Okay, this is where we're at. I've worked for about 4 hours trying to get this paint off. It is incredibly tough, unbelievably tough paint. I started out with the normal stripper that I use. I call it Alien Drool. I thought it didn't work well, so I went and I bought some very expensive aircraft paint remover. It's got really good reviews online. Lots of people said lots of good things about it. However, it did not work in this situation at all. In fact, I hated it. This worked much better. What happened with this type of paint remover is I spray it on, it wouldn't do much. So I left it, instead of 15 minutes, I left it for 30 minutes. And by that time it had dried out. So it was almost as hard to remove as the paint itself. This was a huge mess. I regret buying this. Also, my Dremel died in the middle of working on it. I've had this thing for close to 20 years and it decided to die today. So I've run into all sorts of problems. I ended up using a wire wheel on my drill to get what is done. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to soak it in vinegar to get the rust off, and then go over it again with a wire wheel, and then leave it at that. I'll prime it before I paint it, so it really shouldn't matter if I have a few little dots of paint left on. So that's the plan. So we're going to get this in some vinegar for a day or two. According to my research that I've done online, the yellow sunburst is the closest to the Tonka yellow that you can find. It's supposed to be pretty spot on. So that's what I'm using. I'm finding that it's taking forever to do this. Mostly because I don't have the space. I can only do a few pieces at a time. I didn't realize how big of a problem the large size of this project was going to be when I'm used to doing little things. But anyway. Okay, so here is the biggest problem I have. We got a nice housing here for our window, but then look at that. That's scratched, it's yellowed. I mean, if we put that in like here, yeah, it would work. But man, it's disappointing. And I just can't find one of these available right now. So what I'm thinking about doing is I bought some acrylic sheet, and I thought about trying to make one of these. It's not going to be exactly, but I figure I could fit it in between these areas, glue it in, and I think I can make it so that it looks really good. So I figured it was worth a try. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just slide this in like so. Did I cut that right? Yep. I'm just going to start putting this guy back together. Scrubbing the grill, scrubbing the grill. Paint is the only thing I can do to whiten these lights. I don't have rivets big enough for the dump, so bolts it is. Amazing what a little paint will do. Almost good as new. The original had vinyl stickers, so I made some vinyl stickers with my wife's Cricut vinyl cutter. It worked really well, and as far as I can tell, looks exactly like the original. Well, here's the finished result. Looks great on a shelf. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that it would be rough and rugged enough for my daughter to play with it, but with this new glass, I think that would come right out or break. It might even hurt her. And the paint is not as rugged as the original. But cosmetically, it looks good. I love those tires. So anyway, this was probably not my favorite restoration. It was just too big. I like doing the small things. I don't have a big enough space to do these big ones. But it is impressive. I don't want to put dirt in it and dump stuff out because I don't want to scratch anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. I'll see you next time.